ready for it. I'll just turn the volume off here. There we go. Now I'm just going to get the room set up. I need the profiler. Now it is dirty, the room's dirty, but that's fine. When I'm finished, I have to clean all my room down anyway. So it's a bit of preparation when you're profiling. So I've got to change over and put my profiler in. So I take my shaping stand out here. Take the other one out. Go. Put that here, just so I don't bump into it when I'm walking. I need this cord, so that's going up here for the moment. Now, there's my stand. Now, here's my profile pieces. Just see which one I've got. I've got an arrow on it. Okay, that one goes this way. Sorry, I'll make a bit of noise. I used to be a boilermaker when I was a kid, or 15 and 19, I trained as a boilermaker. Became a tradesman, and then we got laid off. So that's why I made all this. Okay, so, upside down. Yeah, I made all this. Now, put the other piece up. There's a bit of time in setting up, but because I'm doing 3 boards, it works out really good. Okay, so righto, so here's the jigs I'm going to use. Now first off, move this out the road. I want to get access to these jigs. Move that out the road. A lot of storage. This is wasted space if you don't use it for storage, because you never stand there. Excuse me. Now you're going to hear me cough a bit because I'm just getting over the flu, and unfortunately it involves some coughing. Now, here is the jig, deck curve, bottom curve, sit that there. A lot of people think, oh, your room's very small, but it's all you need and it's free. Be careful when you set up in business who you listen to. Excuse me. There's always people that want you to spend money with them. I'm always wary of those ones. Always wary. I make all my own tools, all that type of stuff. So now I'm just going to tighten up this before I get started. This is self-leveling by tightening that up. There we go. Perfect. I know it's the one that I was talking about earlier on from Abel Gomes or Gomez. Hopefully someone will tell me which is the right pronunciation. I think if it had a Z on the end it might be Gomez, but we'll see. Now, that goes in there. How close did I get it? Oh, look at that. Now that doesn't happen very often, where you do it by eye and it's right. This goes on here. You don't have to tighten these up, they don't fall out. It's not going to loosen itself out. But you want a bit of slack in it. You don't want it to be tight. It won't go anywhere, but you certainly don't want it to be tight. Now, get the other one out. These are pretty heavy. and awkward, but not that bad. They'd probably be 20 kilos. Yeah, about 20 kilos. Solid MDF. That's the board. See, there's the board. Get the right thickness there. This foil is all perfect. That's what it ends up like. You don't rush this. Whenever you rush, something goes wrong. Or you bump your finger or something. Take your time. There. I'll just sit that on there because I've got to move it back a fraction. So that'll just sit there for the moment. I'll come to here, hold that. There we go, just got to come back a touch. There we go, sits on there perfect. Now that's in there. Now I tighten this side. That's tight enough. Tighten this up and this levels it all up because it pushes into that corner. You'd sit a car on this, it's so strong. See? It does not move. Now, next step, I'll calibrate it. Put these all here. Righto, that's tight. That's tight. Get my level. Should be level from last time I used it. Yep, it's pretty close. And then go down here. This and that. This and that. This comes up a touch. There we go. See how that moved over? Now that's level. I know that's level, but I'm going to check it. I haven't checked it for a little while. So what I'm going to do here, because this is what the board sits on. So, to do that, that is 3 and an 8. That is 3 and just under an 8. So this has got to come up a fraction. See how the tape wears off it? This is just to make sure it's calibrated level. Get a bit of 1 inch. Never start another roll. Now, I'm going to put a new bit of tape over this one because the blanks rip on it, and this is a constant variable. And I'll put like 3 pieces on here. 1, 2, and 3. Now check that again. So this is level. Normally you have this set up in a factory and you don't move it, you just leave it there set up. Righto. Just under 3 and an 8. Just under 3 and an 8. I'll just put one more piece on here. Sorry, I thought I had my phone ring. There we go. That'll do it. Now I'm going to check the front as well. I probably don't have to, but I'd rather check it. Because see how the masking tape's a bit worn? See how a layer's gone off there? So I'll just clean this up a bit. This one here's a bit torn. So I'll just put a new piece on here. So it looks good. New piece on here. Just so I've got a nice clean surface. Now, that looks pretty darn level. if anything. This side could go up a fraction, and I'm only talking fucking nothing. But I'll just put that up a touch, a couple of mil. There we go, now it's perfect. Lock that back into place. Now I'm going to check this is level. Measure here, 3 and between 3/8 and 7/16. This side's come up a fraction, couple of mil. There we go. One too many. No, I'll just put one on here. Yep. Beautiful. Perfect. Now that's all calibrated. Okay? That's all right. So now, put the blank in there. I'm going to be coughing a bit today. I apologise for that. I haven't taken anything for the cold apart from a bit of Panadol. And of course Vicks we rub on our chest. And another inhaler. So doing it what we call Uda Natural. I have had the flu vaccine. That one I'll gladly have. Get it every year. It's only the COVID one I didn't want to get. And the only reason we got the flu is our worker brought it into the house. She come in sick when she probably should have stayed home. So, but we'll let her know tomorrow. You feel an inkling of being crook, do not come to work. You still get paid because that was shit for 2 days, feeling like crap. This just holds the ends together, only because there's a lot of pressure on these, and because they're so long, I just don't want it falling apart. I know the jig I got that sits on top of it holds it and it won't ever fall apart, but this is like a second safety net, because the slider that goes on it has hooks that sit on it, but if they ever break off, this can push apart. So this is like a safety net, yeah, best way to describe it. Now, so I'm going to start off with one of these buggers, and let me see which one this is. Okay, this one is the one for foam. This is blue foam, this one. They opted for not the full-on heavy one. Now, what I do here is sit this roughly there. Our 10-foot mark is there, that's right. Now sit this in the middle. That's in the middle. Excuse me, as I say, it takes a little while to set it up, but once it's set up, so that blank's got a slight thing in it, I've just got to put a packer in there. Because the blanks, because they're straightened, they don't end up starting off dead straight. And you've got to put them in, you've got to put a packer in there, so when it sits down, it's sitting down equal pressure, and it won't be shaping a twist into it then. See how it touches it at the same time? The deck's going to be true once it's cut, and then when I flip it over, the bottom will be true. Now, Okay, looking all right. So if we cut that in the middle there, I'll do them all in the same spot. Now I'm going to get it lined up. So what I do here, I'll do it roughly first. This has got to come up. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm adjusting this. Do the same on this side. Let's see how that lifted it up. It's probably too much now. Yep, I want it down a bit, so I'll come back. Probably 5 would have been enough, so I'll come back 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all by numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this should be perfectly level because I've done it equal side, equal number both sides. See how it's level? Now that's pretty close. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put the slider on and sorry, I've got to get this out the road. There we go. Put my slider on, a little arrow so it goes that way. Now see this, it's got little hooks, little metal hooks that sit there, and there's no way it's going to break, but if it did, it could slide off the end of the jig, and this stops it ever becoming a dangerous thing. Okay, now next part, I'll do the final check. Put my ruler here. Righto. Touching, just coming up, down a bit. Okay, it's got to come up a bit, or sorry, down a bit. One, two, one, two. Now we'll do that again. It takes a little bit of time, this part, but once it's done, okay, that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put the machine on and do my first cut. Oh, sorry, I got to put my jig in. Silly Peter. Now this has the roll and everything put in it in one go. And that's this one here. That's the pig bottom. Top and bottom are the same. Okay, see how it's got the roll? That sits there. This is where it saves you a lot of time. I suppose the difference, when you talk about computer shaping, all those machines are made by, most of the people who use them wouldn't even have the first idea on how to make a machine like that. That's where the biggest thing is. It really seems to be something that people that aren't really very good use. Now, I'm going to turn this on in a second. I'm going to do the first, so what I'm going to do here now, I'm just going to do the first cut just to see how close I am. As I said, this is glued up a straight deck line, but it's never actually dead straight, okay? It just doesn't work out that way. Alright, so I put my earmuffs on, and let's have a look at how I went. The roll's right, blank's right, it's locked in. Oh, sorry, that's not locked in. That would have been lucky. Yeah. It wouldn't have moved, but I actually did a board once and forgot to lock it in, and it didn't move because it grips to that spot quite well. Okay. Righto, now we're ready. We're all locked in. I'll turn it on. There we go. Let's do our first cut. See how it's not touching, it'll just touch up here maybe. See a fragment of the touch. Then I lower it down again, a couple of mil. See how it's just cutting. Go down again. Just touching there. Righto, now I can cut the rest. Nice and slow. Right, so what I'm going to do, take a fraction more off just so I get a bit more on the rail. Second. Second. Sorry, just had a bit of dust on my nose. Sometimes it does get in your helmet when you're taking it off. Righto, so that's done. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this in here, up here. Now I'll get the next one in. So that now, it's got the exact deck roll I want in it. Undo this. So I'll just blow a bit of this dust away from here. Now the room gets pretty dusty. Okay, this is a bit of a pain. Now look at this. See, that's dead flat. Dead flat from nose to tail, and the exact roll. Where'd my template go? Sorry, I'm just searching for one of my templates. These are the ones I don't use very often. Should be around here somewhere. It's a timber one. May still be over here from last time. Where is it? I think it is. Oh, here it is. So, see that? So it's exactly what I want. Okay, to the millimetre, that roll. Now, a storage in your room can become a bit of a problem. So what we do is, we work on again the space that I'm not using. See down here on the ground, there's a bit of room for me to stack a board down here. So what you do is, just sit that there, and it will not get bumped. Okay? Then I get the other one. This one is Chris's from Ventura. As I say, these three little piggies. Oh, look at that. This is the proper orange weight foam. It fucking weighs a ton. It's strong as. This is the the 60s mix, this one. Strong as. Now, set it up in here. As you can see, it's pretty straight. This one's got a bow, like a dip in the deck, so this is good for me, what I'm trying to do. Now, line up this, roughly the same position. About here. Yep. Now, because the blank has a little twist in it, how we get round that is set it in the center and we true it up. We split the difference. Okay, so as you can see there, so what I do is, I don't want it all going one way, so I get my little stick and I put one in here, one under here, and I go up the other end and put one diagonally across. That way we're halving the twist. Okay, these blanks, because they've got such a full-on rocker in them and everything and glued flat, you get that, you never get it true. Righto, so I'll put that one there, and now see how it's not moving? I've evened up the amount of twist, so when it takes a little bit more off each side, it's going to be even. It's not going to be too much on one side. So I'll just check that it's straight, a little bit over here. There we go. Now I'll just put this in. Oh, hard to push in on the orange foam, boy. This orange foam is strong. I'm pretty stoked with this one too, because it's, as I say, it's going to California, and or two of them are, and this is for Chris. It's a new client, but I'm hoping it really is everything he's hoping for. Now, that's set up straight, that's not moving, everything's right. Okay, yep, that's all there. All good. Just push it that way a fraction. There we go. There we go. Now I get the profile cutter, and I'm going to see how this one goes. This one should be a bit better. Just touching. Just touching. Okay, let's see how we go with this one. Oh, sorry, my camera just got caught on there. Now, I'm going to turn this up. Tiny little bit. Down a bit. Touch more. Check over this. Righto. Now, let's see where I'm at. It's one of those things, you've got to look at all the variables. Perfect, I can take a bit more off that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a coffee break. I'm going to come back, so I think I have to put a new battery in my thing, but bear with me. As I say, I'm going to do this slow and steady. Whoop. I'll turn this off. I'll be back.